If you're looking for an organic option to get weeds out of your lawn, click on the right video. Coming up, I'm gonna share one of my favorite tools that I use on my lawn regularly to keep it weed-free. Let's get started. Now, when it comes to controlling weeds, there are a couple of different options. Probably one of the most common if you live in the United States is to use a herbicide of some sort to selectively kill the weeds and hopefully not kill your grass in the process. But now, what happens if you, one, don't like herbicides, like you're just trying to minimize the use of potentially hazardous chemicals on your lawn, or you just can't get access to them because you perhaps live in the UK or some other country where homeowner use of herbicides is either restricted or banned altogether? Well, in that case, I'm gonna show you guys the tool that I like to use. This is a hand weeding tool, and the reason why I like it is for a couple of reasons. Even if you use a herbicide on your lawn, right, something that is considered a selective herbicide, meaning it's designed to kill the weed but not kill the grass, they still tend to stress the lawn. They can discolor the lawn slightly, even when they're working. And then just in general, I just don't like to spray things on my lawn, anything with a side in it, any kind of pesticide, herbicide, fungicide. I try to minimize the use of those things on my lawn as much as possible. The nice thing about these is that they allow you to remove the weeds without doing any damage to the surrounding grass. So now I'm gonna show you how you can make use of one of these guys to get rid of one of the weeds that's most common in my lawn. It's called Spurge. So the nice thing about this is that it works against both broadleaf weeds, so like bigger weeds, and also smaller grassy weeds. But there's some tricks that I have that I'm gonna show you how to get the best results out of it. So let's get to it. All right, so if you look in here, we got an assortment of weeds. We've got like a broadleaf weed. I'm not sure exactly what this guy is. And I think Spurge is technically also considered a broadleaf as well. But I'm gonna show you how I can use one of these guys to do a really good job of getting these out. So for broadleaves, it's pretty simple. The way it works, you just simply insert it at the base, near the root system, and then I like to hold and just pull up, and there you go. Like the entire thing comes out, no problems whatsoever, right? But now when we're dealing with something like Spurge, right, this guy is notorious for having like a long tap root, and if you pull on it too quickly or you don't actually identify like where the base is, you'll just tend to break it up into pieces and you don't really do a good job of eliminating it. So what I like to do is to kind of like move the weed around and find like where the center is. So in that case, the center of this guy appears to be like right in here. And then what I do when it comes to these smaller ones, like with the bigger weeds like this, not as critical, but the smaller weeds, once I think I found that taproot, I like to put my finger there to kind of like pinch the weed against the weeding tool. And then when I pull up, I have a much better chance of getting the entire thing out. So you see there, I've got I got the Spurge, got the full weed out, got the taproot, and it may or may not grow back, but this is just going to give you the best chance of removing it successfully. The idea when you're manually weeding is you want to get as much of the root out as you possibly can. When it comes to these kind of guys here, like this is like a clover or something, but these are a little bit more difficult. Pretty much when it comes to these weeding tools, the thinner or finer the weed is, the more challenging it is. And again, the best thing I find works best is kind of get, find the crown, find that base, and then pinch it against the tool. And then when you work it out, you tend to get more of it out like that way. So you see you got the root there as well. So I got the Spurge, I got this, and I can just rinse and repeat this throughout the rest of my lawn. This tool is what I use on various parts of my lawn to get weeds out of the lawn without taking any chance of burning it. Because as you can see, the worst thing that's gonna happen is I might have a small cavity here, but there's not gonna be any chance of burning any of the surrounding grass, and it's a really good way of removing the weeds. So this, guys, you can see why it's really one of my, my go-tos when it comes to weed control. This actually lives on my lawnmower when I'm out mowing, so I can easily just stop, pull aside, and pull the weed out if I need to. Outside of using a tool like this to manually pull weeds, probably one of the best ways to organically control weeds in your lawn is by your mowing practices. Regular mowing at the right height with the right equipment does a lot to develop a thick and healthy lawn, which in itself is gonna be like natural weed control. Now, if this wasn't enough for you and you want some more videos on the topic of weed control, I've got a playlist right here that I'll have for you guys to watch next. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.